I strongly encourage you to review an episode or two of the HBO hit series Westworld, which is a reboot of an old movie from the 70s. The story revolves around a technologically advanced Western theme park in which guests come to fully immerse themselves in the Wild West. The key to this immersion, though, is that the characters in Westworld are fully functioning robots, and they're so advanced that they no longer even have minor technological glitches to give them away. They, however, do not realize that they're robots. They truly believe that they are Western cowboys and cowgirls in the 1800s. So guests can come and pay $40,000 a night, and they can sleep or kill whatever robots they want, and the robots can't harm them back. And they can go on these grand adventures and kind of live out their cowboy fantasies through this park. Once robots are killed, which often happens in the various storylines that the creators of the park have set up, they are sent to the headquarters, which is placed in one of the cannons in the desert of the park, to be fixed up, erased of memory, and placed back into the park. So the first episode actually takes place just as the series of updates are put into robots that emphasize small gestures, like the touching of a lip when a robot thinks about kissing someone, which makes the robots more lifelike than ever. But there's a bug in the update that is slowly showing up in some of the robots in the park, and it includes kind of this enhanced cognition of who they actually are. They kind of start to realize that there might be a creator and there might be a world beyond Westworld. And it's at the end of the first episode that a robot becomes aware of their maker and that there might be another world outside from what seems to be kind of this terrible life that they have that is just full of like death and sin. And so the season follows, and the robots gain more cognition that there is a higher being, when that higher being are the creators and the rulers of the park that fix them, and they control their every move, and they control their path in life, and even down to like everything they say. And along with the storyline of like a deviant creator and like the creator and the subject, there's also a storyline of humanity that goes along with it. So when guests come to the park, they choose to do what they want with whoever they want. So it's like their interest in as they enter the park, they basically forgo their humanity. So the guests often feel free to rape, kill, and torture the robots because they can. And so the second storyline is really interesting because it kind of shows this warped and twisted nature of humans. You know, what if humans could literally do whatever they wanted? What would they do? So I think that's also an interesting tie into like religion and film. And these two storylines often complement each other and they intertwine. And what's really interesting is you get two different things about the show. You get like the Western theme, like, you know, it's set in this beautiful area in Utah, but then you also get the science fiction part of it, where the headquarters is a very cold, very impersonal, just concrete, and the contrast between the two is also interesting, and I think that it's meant to represent the two storylines of like humanity and also finding your maker, or like coming face to face with your maker. So these major themes make for a suspense-filled and intriguing series that poses the questions of our maker, our humanity, and ultimately our purpose in life. So I highly encourage that you watch at least a few episodes. There is a lot of nudity because it's HBO and they like to do that. But it's also just visually stunning. The acting's really good. And it's not hard to get a lot of meaning out of just one episode, so you don't have to watch the entire series. You might have to catch people up if you decide to jump in at like episode 5, but it's not too hard to catch up, and I really think it is actually perfect for your religion and film class, and that actually would have been an interesting one to cover in the religious quest class as well.